Hello and welcome back to Rivaled Sports Talk, episode 21. Legal stuff, 21. But no, we are back here. We got awesome people. We got Beaux, great co-host. We got a fresh face Friday with Mr. Collin Kenny, man. So we're going to hop right into it. We're going to talk Week 11 picks, see how we do this week, we did a review last week. We'll see if we can do better than this one. Starting off, we had Thursday Night Football, Cardinals at Seahawks. Seahawks came away with the victory, 28-21. Carlos Dunlap, man, sealed that game, in my opinion. I think he had like 2 or 3 sacks, man. He was just on fire, proving out for his new team. But yeah, Seahawks came away with the victory, 28-21. Moving along, we have Steelers at Jaguars. I feel like this is going to be a super, super easy game for the Steelers, man. I just don't see anything else. Colin, let me get your take on that one.
Yeah, I mean, not much to say, really. The Steelers still undefeated. Jags don't have many wins. I got to go with Steelers. It's pretty easy one on that game.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers as well. I thought the Jags might have been able to pull off the upset last week against Green Bay. But the Steelers are too good. They have too many weapons. They have Chase Claypool, who's also apparently a YouTuber. I found that out today. Then Juju, James Conner, defense. Yeah, Steelers.
Yeah, I think we're all on board with the Steelers on that one. And I think you meant Claypool was a TikTok guy. I don't know about YouTube.
He's also a YouTuber. He is.
Okay.
He posted this video the other day. It was like a day in the life of the NFL. With like some tacky thumbnail.
Oh, that's cute.
We killed with YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving along.
Oh, really?
On board with the Steelers on that one. Lions at Panthers. This is a who cares game. It's the terrible Detroit Lions versus the terrible Carolina Panthers. I'm not saying the Panthers are like terrible, but they're terrible. Colin, man, what's your pick on this one? Lions at Panthers.
I'm honestly gonna go with the Lions. I think they're 4-5. They're decent on the year. I think I saw Teddy Bridgewater is questionable for this game. If he doesn't go, then that probably hurts the Panthers' chances. So they did play the Chiefs tough a couple weeks back, and they played okay last week. But, yeah, I'm going Lions.
Yeah, I agree with Colin on this one. The Lions, I think they're a lot better team than the record shows. Matthew Stafford has been one of the most underrated quarterbacks, not only of our time, but in NFL history. They have good weapons outside. Kenny Galladay, Hawkinson. Is he still out? Is Hawkinson still hurt?
He's questionable this
week.
He
was questionable.
Okay, well, if he plays, that would be a huge, big thing for the Detroit Lions. But yeah, no, they should win this game.
See, as much as I want to go with Detroit on this one, man, I got to take – I do think, like you said, Teddy Bridgewater is questionable, but I do think he starts. And I think that the Panthers just have more of a solid weaponry right now. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, DeAndre Swift, who's actually coming along really well right now. I'm tripping. That's Detroit. I'm tripping. My bad. No, I just think Carolina has more weapons right now than Detroit. Detroit always seems to be getting hurt at the worst times. So I just think Carolina's going to pull this one out. Not by much. Field goal, touchdown maybe. But it'll be a slow game in my
Mike
opinion.
Davis.
That's a
pretty good RB2.
Mike Davis.
Yeah, Mike Davis.
Well, he's RB1 this week.
Yeah, with McCaffrey being out. Yeah.
McCaffrey's still out.
No, he's out. No, he got re-injured in the against the Chiefs.
Yeah, he hurt his shoulder against Kansas City, right?
He's still out for that.
Tough.
Yeah. Moving along, Patriots at Texans, man. You got 2-8 Texans versus like a 4-5, 4-5 Patriots. This is kind of a big game for the Texans right now. I feel like they need this victory. But Colin, what do you have on that one?
Honestly, I feel like the Patriots are probably the favorite, but you know what? I'm going to go Texans. Deshaun Watson's better quarterback. They got Romeo Crennel still the interim in there, I think. And it's hard to bet against Bill Belichick, but I think I got to do it. The Patriots haven't looked that great lately. I'm going Texans.
Yeah, well, the Patriots beat a tough Baltimore team on Sunday night last week, and they have Bill Belichick, and I'll never not bet on Bill Belichick here. So I think it'll be a fun game for the fans in New England, and they're going to enjoy a nice like 35-24 victory over Houston.
All right.
Little big.
It's a lot of points for Cam Newton to put up, though.
Yeah, I know.
35.
I don't even think he's fantasy, man.
He's got it. Former MVP.
I think I'm with Colin on this one, man. I got to take Houston. Like you said, Deshaun Watson is the better quarterback. However, he has not won league MVP yet. But at the same time, look who his team is right now. You're not going to be getting MVP points with what is it, Will Fuller, and that's basically it. No, I got to take Houston in this one. I think
Jordan Thomas.
I mean,
who?
Yeah.
He went to Mississippi
Is he
State.
like a tight end or something?
He's like a 300. Yeah, he's like a 300-pound tight end. He's a beast.
Nah,
but he's not great.
I don't know. No,
he's a beast.
They're playing Jordan Atkins more than him.
Right.
But no, I got to take Houston this one. Titans at Ravens, rematch of the AFC divisional. This could be a good game. Colin, game pick.
That is a tough one. I'm gonna go with the Ravens in this one. I think they're gonna bounce back. The Titans also haven't looked spectacular of late, if I remember correctly. Lamar Jackson. The Patriots, though, or not the Patriots, the Ravens. That's a very bad stat about how. Sorry, the cat's just on me. The Ravens God, I can't even talk. They don't come back when they're down, and so that's right. They can go though.
One of the best qualities a quarterback can have is being able to perform under pressure when all the odds are, not necessarily stacked against you, but all the odds are in your favor. Baltimore being the favorite to beat Tennessee and losing the way that they did, I think that still haunts Lamar Jackson. And Lamar's a great athlete, but I think a lot of his struggles is between the ears, the old noggin. So I think that's going to get in the way of a victory. He might make a couple throws that he has to make that are going to be intercepted by Kevin Byard or a strip sack by Clowney or something like that where he's just trying to do too much. And I think that'll game.
You want to take it away, Jake?
Yeah, I'm tripping on that one. There's a little muffled in there. No, I gotta take Baltimore in this one. I think Cam Newton will. I'm thinking of Patriots like you, man. I do think Lamar Jackson gonna run away with this one. I do think that he will run for more yards than he will pass, but I still think they come away with the victory in this one. Eagles at This is a weird one, man. Eagles at Browns, Philadelphia, Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland. I feel like their record honestly is better than they actually are. But I'm still gonna take Cleveland over the Eagles. They're just not. I mean, that whole division is just so weak, man. Half of them keep losing. So I'm going Browns.
Yeah. Beaux?
I agree with Collin here. I'll agree with Collin here. They have good running backs. Odell being out has hurt them. But I got the Browns.
Yeah, I think
Nick did come back. Sorry, Jake.
Good. I think we're all in agreement there. I think I definitely think the Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb running back duo is just top notch right now, man. I think it's hard to handle on who it's going to be at what position, third down, third and long, second and short, whatever. Like who's going to get the ball? I think either or, they just have that unit mentality. I got to go with the Browns in this one. I think they'll score a lot more points than they did last week against the Texans, but I got to take the Browns in this one. Moving along, Falcons at Saints. Taysom Hill will be your starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints.
I'm excited for that. I mean, I'm going to go with the Saints. They got the better team all around. I'm excited for Taysom Hill. I honestly thought they were going to go with Jameis Winston, so it does surprise me that Taysom Hill is going to be the starter. I don't know if just because he's starting means he's going to get every snap. I don't know if they're going to run Jameis out there a little bit. I feel like they would.
So I'll stop you right there. Sean Payton, or per ESPN, whatever, said that Jameis Winston will have no affliction into the offensive playbook this week. So I think it's going to be
nothing at all. He's purely backup, really. Well, I mean, I hope Taysom Hill can get it done. Obviously, he's a little gadget player. He can make some throws too. So we'll see I wonder if the offense changes much. I know Michael Thomas, even when he's been back, has not gotten involved. I don't know if that's Drew Brees' fault. I don't know if that's just the offense or what. Maybe Taysom Hill can get him more involved. I'm not sure. I'd like to see a bigger performance out of Michael Thomas, though. He's been kind of a bust since he got back from injury, but I'm still taking the Saints.
Mr. Beaux.
Beaux.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and say my pick. We can come back to it. Yeah, I'm with you on this one. I got New Orleans. I think Taysom Hill is just going to wipe the floor against the Falcons defense. I think he'll run for it a lot. I think he will actually get Michael Thomas involved. However, I do think he'll get Kamara involved more than Michael Thomas. So that I gotta go with New Orleans in this one.
Taysom.
What was that? All right. Well, we'll come back to that one. I want to hear Beau's answer on that one. Bengals at Washington. I feel like this could be kind of a good game for Joe Burrow, especially with that Washington defense. We'll just see how it is. Collin, I'm kind of interested. So I know you do like Joe Burrow, but at the same time, Kansas City, I see all the stuff in the back. Alex Smith is starting this week, man. How do you feel they do?
So it's funny you say that. Right before we did this, I did my pigskin pick'em picks for this week. That league I met on ESPN. And I actually did go with the Washington football team this time. I actually got it right for the first time on here. The Washington football team. I also, just a little side note, saw a report that that's a strong strong contention to be their actual team name moving forward. They're not even going to pick a new name. But anyway, I'm a big fan of Alex Smith. I think he can get the job done. He doesn't turn it over. He finds a way to win games. And Joe Burrow's been looking nice, of course, but they still only have like 2 wins, I think, maybe 3. So, yeah, I'm going with the first team.
Washington football team?
Yes, Washington. Okay. Washington, yeah.
Oh, hold on. My bad. Okay, so with Washington, do you think Alex Smith will actually do fairly good? I mean, how do you feel he does?
I mean, he honestly didn't do terrible last week. He threw the ball a lot. Like, I think 80 or 50, I mean, not 80, but like 50-something attempts and like 30 completions or something like that. He threw it a lot, had a lot of yards, and they scored points. So, yeah, I think he can get it done, honestly. As long as he doesn't turn it over, which he normally doesn't, I think they have a shot. I mean, the Bengals aren't anything to write home about, so.
Yeah.
I think he can get it done. He knows how to win.
Right, most definitely. So due to some unfortunate events, we're having a little bit of connection issues. So Collin and I will just finish this out. I'll let you guys know Beau's game picks. We'll put it in the description at the end. So Collin, it's just you and I from here on out. I got to take Cincinnati in this one, man. I think Joe Burrow is a lot better quarterback than his Bengals record is showing right now. He does have a lot of weapons right now. Tyler Boyd, A.J. Green, who is actually healthy for a chance, which is great. Joe Mixon,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Bernard, I think they're just really good unit players right now. I think they'll get the job done. However, I think it'll be a defensive game with Washington right now.
I agree. Yeah, I think about Washington. I didn't even know this. I was setting my fantasy lineup just a little bit ago, and I saw they have a pretty good pass defense. They're like second in the league against like opposing wide receivers. Um, I don't know. That could play a factor against Joe Burrow and that wide receiver core he's got out there because they got some good receivers. You mentioned AJ Green being back. He hasn't really done much since he got back, but
Yeah, we'll see how it goes on
back.
Jets at Chargers. I do feel Sam Darnold is starting per Adam Gase in a report. Jets at Chargers. You have the winless Jets against a better than record Los Angeles Chargers. Man, what do you think on this one?
I got to go Chargers. I'm a big fan of Justin Herbert. I honestly was the most high on him coming out of the draft. A lot of people were saying he could slip. I mean, obviously Joe Burrow went up there number one. He had all the hype, but I'm honestly an old-fashioned guy. I like those old, tall pocket QBs, 6'5", 6'6", strong arm guys. So I'm a huge Herbert fan. I think he's definitely going to win Rookie of the Year. I think he should. And so, yeah, I'm going with the Chargers. Their defense is underrated. They got a lot of guys. Derwin James is out, which is unfortunate, but the defense is still pretty solid.
Yeah.
A questionable trade getting rid of Desmond King, I thought.
I think they got some draft picks out of that one, so I think that's kind of what they were looking for next year or 2023. But no, I got to go with the Chargers as well. I think they're just an all-around great team. Like you said, I think Herbert does win Rookie of the Year. I just feel that he's got to get more wide receivers involved, man. Keenan Allen's barely getting the ball. And when he does get the ball, he's just elusive. He's crazy. I think the Jets go 0-9, 0-10, whatever it is. I think they were on bye last week, 0-9. I'm going to take the Chargers in this one. Tua Tagovailoa versus Drew Lock, Dolphins at Broncos.
I'm going Broncos, or not Broncos, not my bad. Dolphins. I have to redeem myself. Last time on here, I was saying I want good old Fitzmagic to run the whole year and see Tua on the bench, never see a snap. But I'm wrong. I gotta recant my statement. Tua, he's winning those games. They're, I think, 6-3, definitely in a playoff position. So I'm going Dolphins in this one. I think Tua, he hasn't turned the ball over. He hasn't put up gaudy numbers, but he's definitely playing better than I thought he would as a rookie. So
right.
I'm going with Tua.
Before I
the Dolphins.
My pick, I want to ask you this. Do you think the Dolphins win the division?
Against what? The Bills that is in their division?
Right now. Bills are at the top.
And the Patriots can always come back. No, I don't think they win the division. I think the Bills can stick it out. The Bills have a tough schedule at the end, which they might lose a couple more games. Okay. But I don't know. I think Josh Allen's a better QB right now. I think the Bills are the better team right now. They have low key options on the offense, but they still have a good offense receiving core. Stephon Diggs obviously is having a great year, but then John Brown's not bad. They got a couple decent tight ends, and I think Dawson Knox, one other guy. So yeah, they got good weapons around him.
Okay.
I think the Bills would win the division.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you on that one. But let me give my game pick first. I'm going to take Miami as well. Like you said, they're 6-3. I think they're 4-0 with a new starting quarterback change, whatever. Tua is just doing really good right now. And I think Drew Lock got hurt last week or the week before, and I think it's still kind of agitating him just a little bit. Yeah. I got to take Miami in this one. I do think Tua's going to throw for like 270 yards, 3 touchdowns. I just don't think Broncos defense is that good. But no, I got Dolphins over the Broncos. And I wish Beaux was here.
I agree.
Cowboys at Vikings, man. Now that he's not here, whatever, we can kind of dog him a little bit now. The Cowboys at Vikings, man. I do think Andy Darnold is out of concussion protocol and off the COVID list. However, I do think he does start. Well, how do you think he does against Vikings secondary?
Um, well, real quick, Garrett Gilbert, that was the last one, right?
Yeah.
Garrett Gilbert, he looked pretty solid from what the few parts of the game I watched. He might honestly be better than Andy Dalton. I don't really know, but I don't think they're gonna win the game based on whoever that quarterback. I think it comes down to getting Zeke Elliott involved and running the ball, maybe getting a little play action in there. That's what hopefully I'd like to see. And against the Vikings, you said, I gotta go with the Vikings in this one. The Vikings started out real bad. I think they were like winless at first or had a pretty bad record, and then it started to even back out. I think they're pushing their way into the playoff contention again. Dalvin Cook has gone off lately.
Yeah.
Just tons of yards, tons of touchdowns. That running game's insane. Even their backup, Alexander Madison, is getting like 10, 12 carries a game. So, yeah, I'm going with the Vikings in this one.
Yeah, I definitely got to go with that one. And I only think they win this game because Dalvin Cook gets involved. We've seen how terrible the Cowboys defense can get. I think it doesn't help this week either. I got to go with Minnesota. I think Kirk is going to throw one interception. He had a great game last week, no interceptions, which I was kind of surprised. But no, I think he throws one this week. And I think he throws it a couple touchdowns. Dalvin Cook scores a touchdown and a receiving. Minnesota is just the better overall team right now. And it's hard to say that because Cowboys were off to a great start, but then Dak got hurt and they just declined ever since.
Right.
So,
right. On paper, these teams are like great teams. They got a lot of talent, but they're both have bad records. I think the Cowboys are done for this year, obviously, with Dak being out. But the Vikings, I think they could legitimately make a playoff push if Kirk Cousins can just step it up a little bit.
You're right. I definitely agree with that. I feel like this could be one of two games of the week. You know, you always have that top games, like I think it was week 5, Cardinals and Seahawks, or Seahawks at Cardinals, whatever. I feel like this next game could be a game of the week. I have 2 of them this week. Packers at Colts. Think about it for a second.
I like that.
Think about it. Packers.
I like that game.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. But however, who comes away with the victory?
It's a really good offense against a really good defense. So I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. I think they're going to get it done. I think they can score more points, obviously, than the Colts can. Phillip Rivers, I was honestly high on Phillip Rivers coming into this year. I thought he'd do a little bit better than he has been doing for the Colts. They're still winning games, though. Their defense is playing out of this world. But I got to go with the Packers. Aaron Rodgers has been lighting it up. I think he's in the MVP race. I think Russell Wilson's kind of fallen out of the MVP race, and I'd say it's probably down to Mahomes and Rodgers at this point. No, he has a little rushing wise, he's putting up insane stats. His overall passing numbers aren't that spectacular, I don't think. But I guess how much you want to factor in the rushing and the touchdowns and whatnot. He does have a lot of touchdowns, so like rushing touchdowns. So I guess there's that. But yeah, I don't know. I think Rodgers is definitely back in the MVP race. I'm gonna take the Colts not the Colts, Packers in this one.
Okay. See, I'm gonna flip you on this one. I think the Colts come away with a victory. I think Phillip Rivers will actually find some weaknesses in that defense. However, we have seen weaknesses in that Colts or Packers defense when they played the Vikings. They lost the Vikings at home. So I feel like if the Vikings can beat them at home, I feel like anybody can beat them no matter where they're playing at. And this is in Indianapolis at Lucas Oil Field or Lucas Oil Stadium. I got to take Indianapolis in this one. I think Phillip Rivers is going to throw 170 some yards, touchdown, 2 touchdowns maybe. but I think Indianapolis comes away with the victory. So that was my possible game of the week, just depending on the outcome. If I was right, hallelujah. Uh, Chiefs at Raiders, Sunday Night Football. This is going to be the game.
See, normally I'd be like, what are you talking about? This isn't going to be even the game. But after the Raiders beat us last time, I mean, I got to agree. It's going to be the game of the week. It's going to come, I don't know if it was originally for Sunday night or if they flexed it to Sunday night, but it's a good game on Sunday night nonetheless. I'm excited for it. Obviously, I'm picking my Chiefs here. Can't go against good old Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. But the Raiders did play us tough last time. I don't like the hat there. The Raiders played us tough. They're gonna play us tough again, but we're coming off a bye week. The Raiders had who did they play last week?
Raiders?
Do you remember who they played last week? Who they played? Yeah, do you know who they played last week?
They play the Broncos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right. It was a division game. Yeah.
They came over.
Anyway, I don't know. The Raiders, I think, could actually make the playoffs. The AFC has a few good teams this year, so I don't know if they can because they're not going to win the division. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they don't win the division. But, yes, I'm going Chiefs in this one. The Chiefs' weapons are just out of this world. Travis Kelce is reliable for Patty. He's going to 7 catches, 85 to 100 yards every game, touchdown probably every other game. Tyreek Hill. So, of course, I got to go to the Chiefs in this one.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the coffin on this one. Kansas City just has way too many receivers for the Raiders to cover, man. As much as the Vegas Raiders stadium looks like a toilet bowl, the Raiders are not playing like that. I think, like you said, the Raiders could make the playoffs. However, the AFC is kind of it's a bland year this year for every team. Besides, if you are not the Steelers or the Chiefs, everyone else is just in the division or in the conference.
Right. But I think there's a lot of middle of the road teams that could all be fighting for the playoffs towards the end of the year. I think it could come down to a pretty interesting last few weeks.
Yeah. As of right now, the Ravens have the 7th spot. Do you think the Ravens maintain that 7th spot, or do you think they give it up and not make the playoffs?
I think they're going to get it. They're going to bounce back. They're the Ravens. I think they're going to make the playoffs for sure, but I don't think they're going to have a long run in the playoffs. I think this is what I was referring to earlier. They were like 0-7 or 1-7 after losing coming out of halftime or being down by 10 points in a game or something like that. And like that's just not good. If you're gonna win games, you got to be able to come back. You got to have a game-winning fourth quarter drive. Like if Lamar Jackson has 0 career game-winning like fourth quarter drives, that's pretty bad. Like that's the mark of Hall of Fame quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes. Like they get the ball done, that they get it done in the last 2 minutes. If the Ravens can't do that, I think they will make the playoffs, but I don't think they'll go far, just like last year.
Well, see, that's the thing. They went far last year. They just got outplayed by the Titans, who, of all teams, beat.
That was the first game. That was their first game in the playoffs.
Yeah, because they lost to the Titans, and then the Titans lost to us, but Titans beat the Patriots and the Ravens. So I think the Titans had the best postseason, other than Kansas City winning the whole thing. But I think the Titans were really good this year. I just don't see them being the same team this year. But, yeah, Chiefs and Raiders, I think we both got KC. I want to say Beaux going to go with KC too, just because how he is. I think we both can agree on that one. So the game of the week that has been premiered all over SportsCenter, ESPN, Bleacher Report, this and that is Aaron Donald versus Tom Brady, Rams and Buccaneers. This could be a good game. Who gets victory in this one?
It's tough. I feel if I'm right, the Rams haven't been playing that great as of late. I don't think. At least I know Jared Goff hasn't been. They did. Yeah, they did. I don't know. Tom Brady, Aaron Donald. It's a tough game. I feel like I'm gonna pick the Bucs. I like Tom Brady. I think Tom Brady's the GOAT. I'm not even really a Tom Brady fan, but I definitely respect him. He is the GOAT as of right now. If you give Patty like 4 or 5 more years, I think he'll pass him real quick. But as of right now, Brady still got the title. He finds a way to get it done. He's having a great fantasy year this year. A lot of touchdowns, a lot of yards. He has a few picks as well, but not terrible. And they got so many weapons too. They got just so many weapons on that offense.
No matter what the defense is, how are you going to cover all that?
Exactly.
Evans, Ronald Jones, Chris Godwin, like Rob Gronkowski, like they
Exactly.
stacked team, man. So with I actually have Tampa as well. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say real quick. I think they have more weapons than the Chiefs even have. With Le'Veon Bell now and Clyde.
Yeah.
And all of our new guys, they still have more weapons.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
It's crazy.
Like I said, man, I'm going to take Tampa Bay in this one. You mentioned Tom Brady being the GOAT, and I think Patty Mahomes is going to overtake him. I think Patrick Mahomes needs like 20 more years in the league to accomplish that. Maybe 15. But, no, I think Tom Brady is a solid.
Yeah, no.
I think he's just going to – he knows any and every defense there is imaginable. I got to take Tampa Bay in this one. I think they bounced back last week against Carolina last week.
I think it was Carolina.
It was Carolina.
Yeah. Was it Carolina?
And that was a good bounce back game when they lost to the Saints. I think this will just continue their momentum against the Rams. I'm not saying the Rams won't put up a fight. I think it'll be like 27-17 game. It'll be a good shootout for Jared Goff and Tom Brady.
Has the Rams defense been doing pretty good this year? Or is it just Donald?
It's just Donald, man. He's at the top of the leaders for sacks. I think he's tied with someone else. I can't remember his name, but this was like last week or the week before they were tied. Oh, it was Myles Garrett of the Browns. They were tied.
Yeah.
Well,
it's honestly crazy how Donald gets it done all the time like that. He gets double teamed probably every snap, and he's just still just wrecking havoc.
Yeah, he's a beast on the field on the defensive side. Definitely 99 overall, without a doubt. Rival Sports, that is all we have for this week. We are sorry for the unfortunate connection error from Beaux. I'll get his game picks here pretty soon. We'll get that out to you, put it on a little PDF drive and put it in the description. Colin, I appreciate you for joining us on Fresh Face Friday and a little sneak peek of the cat.
I appreciate you having me back.
Yeah, man. So Rival Sports Talk.
I appreciate you guys having me back on here.
Yeah, 100%. We are on every social, Spotify, Apple Podcast, Instagram, Facebook. Give us a like, comment, share, subscribe. Rival Sports Talks on everything. And with that, have a good night.